Hey, hello. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for a pair of pants.
Why, yes, we sell many pants here. Perhaps you'd like to see a pair of jeans?
Sure. What do you have?
Well, we've got these Levi's 501 bootcut indigo 34 by 34s.
Well, that's oddly specific, and it's not exactly what I'm looking for.
No problem. Lots of other inventory here. How about the same pair in a 36 waist?
No, really, I'm looking for something different.
Uh-huh. Yes, absolutely. Well, I saw you eating some clam chowder on the way into the store. Are you from Boston?
Yes, I am.
You are? Okay, well, I can ship these same pants to Boston, if you like.
No, I don't like those pants.
Okay, I understand. Well, I can also ship them to Worcester, Lowell, Quincy, Plymouth, New Haven, Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay, if you don't show me something new, I'm going to leave now.
Understood, sir. Understood. I just have 3,000 more options to show you on this pair, and then we'll move along to the next pair. Easy peasy.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Wait. You haven't even seen the suspender bundles or monogram options. Free tote bag.
You're not Mark.
No,
Why not?
I'm trying, Eric.
You're trying.
I'm trying.
You know, I found you very trying a lot, Brian. But thanks for joining me on the show here today.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Eric, it seemed like you didn't really have a very good time shopping at my store.
Well, you kept showing me different versions of the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, right?
Yes.
And you'd never treat somebody like that in real life, and yet this is the approach that many webmasters take with Google, sometimes intentionally and sometimes unintentionally.
Right, and we see a lot of cases where sites end up creating many versions of the same pages, or many pages that are too similar to each other because they think it's going to be good for Google, and it actually ends up getting them into trouble. So the question is, why are these sites creating so many unhelpful pages?
Well, fundamentally, search engines rank pages as opposed to sites, and the best way to rank for a given keyword or phrase is to have an individual page dedicated to that keyword.
So then, if I'm being a good webmaster or SEO manager, the best thing to do for SEO is to make sure I have an individual page for every single keyword phrase related to any step of the sales funnel for every product that I sell.
Well, we know that you're being facetious about that, but actually, for a long time, that wasn't such a bad strategy to take. The more pages, the better is a philosophy that worked quite well for a lot of sites up until 2011, when Google first released the Panda algorithm as part of their ranking formula.
Yes, and as an agency, we've dealt with around 50 Panda penalized sites, and in nearly every case, the problems were stemming from page bloat.
Right, and apart from Panda, Google has other algorithms, including the doorway and quality updates that were targeted towards incentivizing the removal of low-value pages. And beyond the newer algorithmic adjustments, there's issues that have always existed of PageRank and crawl budget dilution, where at a certain point, the marginal cost of adding pages simply becomes greater than the marginal benefit.
So if we need targeted pages in order to rank, but too many pages gets us into trouble, how do we determine what the right number of pages is?
Well, Eric, I'll tell you, it's 1 million pages.
Wow. There you have it, folks. No, wait, really?
All right, well, I lied. It's there's no best number. There's some guidelines you can use to determine where you should draw the line. So, number one, would this page be part of my user experience if SEO wasn't a factor? If the answer is no, then it's a sign you may be on shaky ground. And number two, does this page have unique value, and is it substantially different than other pages on the site?
So, okay, are there cases where a page might be good for users then, fulfilling rule number one, but not differentiated enough for Google?
Yes, yeah. The classic example of this is with faceted navigation, which you created in order to give users lots of flexibility to filter products, and then you end up creating thousands or millions of combinations of attributes within each category that have very little differentiation between them from a search perspective. I've even seen an example on a major retailer where there were over 1 billion URLs created just from the color options on the page. That's the type of thing that's going to make Google simply give up on crawling that section of the site. So if you have faceted navigation, you need to look at all the pages you're creating and what the best way is to let Google index the most important pages without letting them choke on everything.
And this is also a place where having a crawler that can crawl 100+ million pages is a great deal of help. At Stone Temple, we've built a crawler that can operate at that level, and it gives us incredible insight into what's going on in situations like these. All right, so we have some solid guidelines, but what do you do about the pages that fall in the gray area?
Well, part of that is really going to come down to your level of risk tolerance. So if you want to know that you'll be absolutely safe, then it probably means losing some incremental traffic, since we don't know exactly where Google's going to draw the line. And in fact, the place they're drawing the line could change tomorrow. But with those gray area pages, take a look at whether there's subsets you can cut out that aren't bringing in traffic. And those are the easy cuts to make.
Yes, it's quite a bit more difficult when the risky pages are bringing in traffic.
That's right. There's a couple things to look at if the pages are bringing in traffic. Number one, make sure they're also bringing in conversions. If it's bringing in traffic but not impacting revenue, then it's safer to cut. Number two, look at whether this type of page is normal within your industry and across your competitors. Now, just because everybody else is doing it doesn't necessarily make it right, but it may help you determine where Google's currently drawing the line. Number three, try to figure out if there's a way to improve the pages so that they do provide unique value.
Got it. That's a great point, and there's a lot more we could drill into in each of these areas. Any other parting advice for someone who's struggling with what their page count should be?
Well, as with most things, if it's important to your bottom line, definitely get an expert opinion. So in this case, an expert would be someone with substantial experience with large sites, and maybe even with thin content or Panda recovery experience, who's seen lots of examples of what gets people on the wrong side of the line with Google and what has gotten them out of trouble as well.
Great. Thanks, Brian.
Oh, thank you, Eric.